The 2008 USAR Hooters Pro Cup title fight moves to Iowa. It's getting top billing, number 1 versus number 2. And tonight the Hooters Pro Cup division champions step into a 7/8 of a mile ring in Newton, Iowa. It's the second of 4 championship events. Round 1 to Benny Gordon and his Samuel Metals Ford. They had to start at the rear at Mansfield Motorsports Park. They gambled on fuel and stretched it wire to wire. A knockout punch worth victory. But Mark McFarland was nearly as impressive. He was in until the final bell and finished up in second. So, will these two slug it out toe-to-toe again? Or will others join in and make it a real brawl? The USAR Hooters Pro Cup Championship Series, Round 2 at Iowa Speedway, next. Welcome to Newton, Iowa, beautiful Iowa Speedway, the USAR Hooters Pro Cup Series second championship race of the year. It's the Ellen Kulwicki Memorial Race to Recovery 225, presented by Napa Auto Parts and Diamond Vogel. Hello again, everyone. Alongside Scott Sutherland, I'm Rick Benjamin. Drivers being introduced here at this beautiful facility, 7/8 of a mile just east of the city of Des Moines. It's got a great night for going racing here.
And it's absolutely been a gorgeous day. 73 degrees here this afternoon, a lot of sunshine, no rain in sight. And I think we're set up for a great evening, as you said, of racing.
Well, we've had 34 cars appear here for the second of the 4 championship races. Extremely competitive at Iowa Speedway. Benny Gordon, the quick qualifier, and the Samuel Metals Ford, the 66 car. He is our Awesome Awnings God Shade Pole Award winner in this event.
I tell you, your nerves can only stand so much of that around here for a couple laps, and we have had a fast car for 2 days here, and thought we had a chance at the pole, and the car really stuck and just ran it really hard. But got to thank these guys, all the guys on the Samuel Metal team here, for a lot of hard work. And my crew chief, I would have never guessed I was going to run this car out here. I've had problems with it, haven't liked it much. He said, let me work on it, let me see if I can fix it, and he did. And so I got to thank Dan for that. So really appreciate everybody's effort here, and thanks Samuel Metals for all the hard work, all the money and financial support they give us.
Dan Glau's the crew chief for that number 66 Ford team. Well, the general manager of Iowa Speedway is Craig Armstrong. He's about to get us going here tonight.
And now for those most famous words in motorsports, ladies and gentlemen, here again is our Grand Marshal, Kevin Kulas from Napa.
Drivers, start your engines!
33 cars and drivers set to do battle over 225 laps tonight here at Iowa Speedway, 7/8 of a mile. Scott, this is just a beautiful racetrack. This is one of those places where there's so much room to ramble.
And you go back to Benny's interview on how he sat on the pole. This place you can almost hold your breath for 2 laps. A lot of speed, a lot of corner speed with a lot of grip. And that's a great tire that we have here tonight, so there's not going to be any issues there, and these guys are really looking forward to this race.
Our Sunoco track facts, Gordon setting a new track record, nearly 135 miles an hour. You're banked all the way around here.
And you can really get it done, as they say, because the corners are long. They're sweeping with a lot of grip. These guys, hey, I don't know if you can hold your breath for 2 hours, but they're going to do their best.
Ought to be a great show here tonight behind that Chevrolet Corvette safety car. How about your race strategy here for us tonight?
Our Sears Auto Center race strategy, Aero Advantage. These drivers understand what kind of downforce you need on the nose, what you need on the tail of the car. Move your car around, get all the downforce, and take advantage of it. The guys with experience really have a huge advantage in that area. A 3-stop minimum, one of the larger racetracks we come to. You're going to have 3 stops instead of the usual 2, and you got a couple extra tires here tonight, so track position means everything. How do you play it out?
Yeah, a couple of extra right sides, right? 14 tires is the tire rule tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be really neat how these crew chiefs stay with the drivers and how we're going to sort it all out.
All right, our BF Goodrich starting grid. We met the 66, Benny Gordon already. Matt Morrell alongside. There's James Busher. Third row, Drew Herring and Michael Rich. Joey Calder, good qualifying effort with Caleb Holman.
All about the younger drivers. Matt Morrell on the outside of the pole. That's 3rd time this season. Young Hunter Robbins won earlier this year at Hickory. This field is loaded with young talent.
In the 7th row, former winner here, Woody Howard. Alan Burkheiser back in the 8th row, along with John Gibson. There's Clay Rogers, couple of times a series champion. Bobby Gill, last year's champion, back in the 9th. How about the 10th row?
Okay, Billy Bigley. We did it, and now we get all the older guys towards the rear of the field. Can they make their way to the front? That's how we're going to see tonight.
Derek Kelly, a veteran of the series, and young Sam Falone. There's Jay Fogelman, who nearly won here a year ago. Tim Bainey Jr. in the 13th row. Lofton and Young in the 14th row. Souders back in the 15th with Brian Silas out of Florida. There's White in the 16th row, Dana White, and Gary St. Amand, who had a hard crash here on Friday.
Gary St. Amand in a backup car. Probably won't see much of him tonight. Mikey Kyle never did make a qualifying attempt. His car had problems, so those guys got a lot of work to do here.
Kevin O'Brien with McDonald's here in the area. Our honorary starter, Green, is in the air. Glad to have you with us. We are underway, round 2 of the 2008 USAR Hooters Pro Cup Championship Series from the Iowa Speedway. And Benny Gordon, like he shot out of a cannon. Couple of car lengths to the lead. Right behind him, there's the 81, Pete Knight's car. Mark McFarland, the South Series regular season champion.
Sears Auto Center 81 car. He's second in points, first in points leading the race. He's not going to let him get out too far. This is going to be a great run all night long.
Matt Morell in that Wintron driver development 32 car settling into third after starting on the outside pole. Our Tempest Cycles onboard camera, the Darrell Gwynn Foundation machine. Joey Colder out of Florida in that 02 car. He had a good qualifying effort. He's pretty close to the front here as we get going.
And you really get a sense of how fast they're hauling the mail down the straightaways. When that wall gets 2 inches away, you are getting it.
James Busher there in the Mercedes-Holmes 84 car on the outside of Drew Herring. The Titan Tire, Black's Tire and Auto Service 22. They're side by side right in front of Joey Colder in the Darrell Gwynn Foundation 02. That's the yellow and black car. Colder a little sideways coming off turn 2, keeps it off the wall. We talked to Drew Herring before we dropped the green earlier today to get his impressions of going racing here at the Iowa Speedway.
I love places like this. The faster it is, the funner it is, and this place is just kind of like Milwaukee. It's wide open. You just go out there and just let it go. And the faster it goes, and these speeds that we're carrying, and you can really start feeling some draft. You can start feeling how much the air affects the car when you get up behind other vehicles, and it starts tightening up, and you have to move your line a little bit and change up things. It just adds a whole nother dynamic to the race, and I think we got a pretty good car today. So looking forward to getting out there with everybody else and seeing what we got.
Drew Herring driving that Black's Tire Service car. Is it just me, or is it these young drivers, they come in here with a big courage?
Yeah.
Because they can really get after it.
They got a big set of courage, no question about it. There's Woody Howard on the inside, the Dean Motorsports 55. The 23 car, the JP Morgan machine, the Phil Morgan Pottery car. Side by side down into the corner. Now, Woody Howard stole one here 2 years ago, the first time we came here on the very last lap. Can he do it again tonight as we jump on board the awesome awnings machine, the 52 of Kirk Leone?
You'd like to say that everybody has an opportunity here tonight. Woody Howard has just as good as anybody, but you've got to make up that ground. You've got to be in position with those last 3 laps. That's what he did.
As big as this racetrack is for the Hooters Pro Cup Series, how important is a good motor package here?
I think it's everything. I mean, that's where all the speed is. That's why this competition is so tight. Everybody's engine are about the same. The aerodynamic package about the same. They're on the same tire. All the information, and that's what makes this racing so competitive.
Lights are on at Iowa Speedway. Dusk into night, our plan tonight. 225 laps, the race to recovery. 225 in memory of the great Alan Kulwicki, one of the 4 champions who perished in that tragic plane crash so many years ago. Battling for position, Hunter Robbins there in the 6 car. Tracy Goodson's machine right in front of the Dean Motorsports 55. Let's get on board Tim Bainey Jr., the Aaron's onboard camera. Started 26th. He's fallen back a spot to 27th. That Aaron's Dream machine, the 00. Veteran driver in the series out of Osceola Mills, Pennsylvania. That is a Ford Fusion. Slightly bowed front stretch here. The progressive banking makes this a great track to race on.
And you're going to be able to use both grooves of the racetrack. You're going to be able to move around, find something that your race car really fits. And as a driver, you like that option where you can move the race car around. As long as you're not too free in, you can do a lot of different things.
Caution on the Speedway. Caution on the Speedway. Kirk Leone has lost the motor, it appears, in the awesome awnings 52. He's got it out of gear, but look at the smoke in that cockpit.
That's going to be tough for him to find pit road. And you hate any driver to be out this early.
The USAR Hooters Pro Cup Series is brought to you by Hooters. Come celebrate our 25th anniversary and win $25,000 on the 25th of every month. Miller Lite, the perfect combination of taste and refreshment. BF Goodrich Tires, taking racing technology to the streets. And by Sears Auto Center, your tire headquarters.